Hello! How are you guys doing today? How's life? Good. I'm very happy to hear that. Or a bit sad, depending on your mood. We're going to start today's episode by making a table. Actually, two of them, for decorations. A table that you don't use for writing is kind of garbage. Writing is good, especially with a feather. Also, since I'm carrying a ton of garbage on me, maybe it's wise to start making that stupid potin. The reason that we're going to start cooking a ton of potin is that we need to expand our base by a teeny tiny bit. The first issue that we have, tiny pile of dark ashes, go to hell. We want to focus on circuits. Circuits are incredibly expensive because they require vacuum tubes. And vacuum tubes are extra expensive because you're going to need 2 steel rods. That is 2 steel ingots. However, if we use an assembling machine with molten red alloy, we're gonna save a ton. Although if we use molten redstone alloy, we're going to save much more. So how the hell do you make it? Silicon. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. We start with red alloy. Oh, and by the way, let us get this over with. So we are playing on hardcore. From now on. It gives you 3 hearts. I didn't know that. I thought I'm just going to gather 3 hearts and then do it hardcore, but yeah, we have more. However, before we actually get to the cheaper vacuum tubes, we have to make the expensive ones. And that's going to be a ton of steel. Oh, 23. That's nice. And it's always an odd number. Yeah, we're missing cables. And by cables, I meant wires. Just one more to make it half a stack. So after a bunch of crafting, I think now we have everything that we're going to need. Here is a fluid extractor. That should be a quest. Yep, an extra assembling machine, and if we manage to buy some wires, an alloy smelter. That is another quest. Teeny tiny bit more resistors, yeah, that's fine. We can make more circuits, and therefore we should be able to make 1 more steam turbine. Actually, let's make 2 more. Oh, I had to make 2 more. Okay, so redstone alloy was copper and redstone, I think. Oh, I also need to expand it. It is perfectly fine. For the moment, we just want the alloy smelter, so that it starts to make us the alloy. And the assembling machine, we just need 1 more pipe and I have to move the wall. Okay, I did manage to expand our room and we have our extra machines. And now we're going to start making some cheap vacuum tubes. Oh, and it's fast. That's really good. We can do the same with rubber, but it's a 1-to-1 ratio at this very moment, so it doesn't make any sense. But in the meantime, I did notice something which is really bad, and I haven't noticed it before. Now that we have switched to charcoal, these guys are actually running 50% slower. It's 1800 seconds for 5 steel ingots. And in case you didn't know, that's half an hour. So we get 1 steel every 1 minute and 12 seconds, which is totally garbage. But there are ways of fixing that using some wet concrete. Making the fire bricks is incredibly difficult, but there is an easier recipe in the assembling machine using wet concrete, which also has other uses, so why the hell not? We should start making some wet concrete. And just in case you didn't know, we also need it in order to make plascrete. The thing is, we also need to have a ton of concrete for the floor so that we can run faster, and well, that's the only way of making it as far as I know. And the way that we make concrete is that we are going to need a mixer, water, clay, stone, calcite and quartz. Essentially sand. In a fluid solidifier, we should be able to convert it into light concrete, which we can chisel into the concrete that we want. So we are going to need a few more machines and extra turbines. Obviously, we don't need to have a turbine per machine, but I like doing that. Sue me. Oh, actually, while we are doing this, I stole my compressor, so we also make that one. So I have made the machines that I wanted, 1 assembling machine, 1 solidifier, and 1 mixer. But I have been thinking to myself, why also not get an electrolyzer and a centrifuge? These are also necessary. I just realized I forgot to bring the gold wires. So here is an electrolyzer, as well as the basic centrifuge. Now that we're going to get into bees, I think this is going to be useful. Also, the really good part about this access hatch is that we can work during the night. I don't have to sleep. So for the moment, I don't really think the way that we're going to set up the machine actually matters. So we can have the mixer in the center, which can export into the solidifier, and for the assembling machine, we're going to use a pump. Also, I did not make the compressor, so the electrolyzer can go there, and maybe the centrifuge can come here. We need to expand this. The question is, what do we get? Loot bags. Oh, I haven't eaten French toast. And also a ball of rice. I don't really know what we got. Oh, we got a book. Diesel, empty cells, which was a quest, and oil. Also, as a quest reward, we already got set on boosted diesel, oil, and diesel. We put them here. Hello! And there are tons of mobs. And I just remembered we are playing on hardcore and I'm withered. Oh, we have regen! Our perk for today. I was wondering why I don't die. Bones are good. We can get bone meal. I killed a spider, he dropped a pearl. So the things that we want: stone, calcite, I don't think we need the gypsum, and quartz. Oh, and I completely forgot, the mixer is going to need water. And circuit number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, that is called concrete. We can finally have a base. Oh, but if I'm not wrong, you're going to need some sort of a mold. That is correct. And it's fast. But again, it's not very cheap because you need calcite. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, we want this one. Yes, exactly. This is the one. And the best part about it is that when we walk on it, we are going to get a speed boost. You see? It's really nice. This is relatively fast to produce and it's really fun to use. Also, I was looking, in Galactic Craft we used to have a very nice looking glass pane and I don't see it. Maybe it was introduced in 1.12? You made me go nuts. Don't you worry, after I have fixed the base, our next order of business is going to make a stupid bridge. Cause every time that I want to go to my coke ovens, I have to go through the ice, fight the dire wolves and go through the desert. We will make a bridge using concrete, so it's also going to be fast. Do you guys remember that last episode I was looking for a very specific beehive? I wonder where it can be. Yeah, it was right next to our home. But anyways, I did work on the base and I did make a bridge. Yes, I know it's a very garbage bridge, I don't have enough material, but for the moment, it's very functional. It essentially means that I can cross the river relatively fast. That's it, that's the only function. But later on when we have enough resources, I'm gonna work on it, so don't you worry. I also installed a few windows so that I can stare at mobs during the night. It's actually fun. I know you don't really have to say it, I do have a very weird definition for fun. But let me try to do a bit of cleanup around the base, then I'll be right back. We will work on our next project. But just before we start focusing on our next project, I thought we come to the Twilight Forest in order to gather some wood so that we can make more charcoal. And yes, you're probably right, the small trees are not worth my time. If I want a lot of wood, I should chop down the big ones. It's just that I know it's not going to chop down the entire thing and it's going to be a floating tree and I really hate them. So until we manage to fly, I guess canopy trees it's going to be. For a very weird reason, I felt brave enough to go caving. It's stupid, I know. But one of those guys actually gave me an aluminium ingot. Those guys, oops. The blue ones, not the black one, dropped more aluminium dust. So this is how you would get like free aluminium. Oh, you're a boss. Oops. You're a weird boss. Also, these Naga scales, I don't think they're worth it. From our previous endeavors, we have 1 stack and 45 blocks of charcoal. One of the resources that I need for today is apatite, essentially fertilizer. I remembered that I have already found a vein, so I thought we come here, gather a few ores. And just in case you're confused, yeah, the actual reason that I want apatite is for fertilizer. I want to grow crops. Also, there is a random ore, pyrochlor, which also rhymes. So what the hell do you do? Oh, it gives you calcium and niobium. Holy, I never paid attention to it. I had to kill 50,000 mobs just to get out of that stupid mine. There was even a guy with a horse. He didn't drop the horse, unfortunately. So my dearest apatite, you shall be macerated, hammered, washed, and mixed with ashes. You should give me fertilizer. Perfection. This is forestry's fertilizer, but we should be able to use it in order to make fertile soil? Oh, inside a chemical reactor. Okay. I don't really get it. Everybody requires water. Also, it doesn't really have to be ashes, it could also be sand. But I had ashes and we don't really have that many uses for it. Also, for that stupid concrete, maybe we should put a chest. Yeah, this is much better. So while I have to make a few adjustments in order to get fertile soil so that we can grow crops, we need to do something else. We need to make some cobalt brass dust. Why do we need that? That is a very good question. We need that in order to make a cutting machine because the saw blade requires a cobalt brass gear. So obviously all of them are quests and well, this is one of the reasons that we're going to make a cutting machine. But the main reason that I'm focusing on a cutting machine is Aegon. So it's very expensive for us at this very moment because it does require glass. But if you use the assembler, you just need 1 stone and 4 slabs. And well, if you put stone inside the cutting machine with some lubricant or water, you're going to get 2 slabs. With my normal stupid saws, it gives you only 1. So that's good for us. But here is the problem, a cobalt is not as easy as you would think. I can upgrade my pig, go and get cobalt and maybe pulverize it, but there should be another way. Cobaltite. That's not the one. I know that since we have been to the Twilight Forest, I did find a cobaltite vein. So we should have 1 ore? At least? Are you kidding me? Oh no, we have 62. If we were at the high voltage age, yeah, we could have gotten cobalt easily. But if we get the impure version, we can centrifuge it and there is an 11.11% chance of getting the cobalt dust. So again, my dearest friend, you get macerated. You don't want to be macerated? Oh, you do 8 at a time. We shall hammer you to get the impure pile. And now that we have a centrifuge, we just centrifuge you. Oh, it's one of those things. Takes 22 seconds for one. Okay. Oh, I guess at the MV age, if we electrolyze cobaltite, we just get cobalt, arsenic, and sulfur. Oh, we got cobalt. Yes. Okay, the quest also wanted us to make some brass dust, and we do have some aluminium dust as well. We got it from the mobs. So we should be able to make 2 sets. That's nice. Although the reason that we cannot make any more is because of cobalt dust, which we only got 2. It is perfectly fine. We're not in a hurry. We will get more. We got more. Nice. I think you have to look at it. Otherwise it's not going to produce a byproduct. I have eaten a cheese sandwich, so you're garbage. Oh, fun fact of the day. Macerating diamonds takes 1 minute. Some things are just crazy. We should spend our time productively. Here is more brass. Brass is useful. We can make item pipes. I'm going to make 2 saw blades at this very moment. One of them is going to be for the basic cutting machine, but once we hit MV, we also need another one. So why the hell not? That should be another quest. And now comes the fun part. What are we missing? Circuits. Again. Oh, vacuum tubes. Uh-oh. Yeah, I'll be right back, because that's gonna take some time to craft. Believe me that making circuits is not fun. At all. But I did manage to make, I think, 7 or 8 circuits. That should be enough for what we want to do. How many did I make? 10. Okay. Also, I was just checking. The most important thing that we have to do in this age, which is a low voltage age, is to make the blast furnace, the electric blast furnace. And in order to make the coils, I think we used to need mica. Oh, I don't need mica anymore. What? Ah, so if I don't find mica, I can go with silicon dioxide. Is it the same for all the coils? No. The rest require mica. Okay, I was confused. But technically speaking, mica is going to be far cheaper. We're going to deal with that soon, don't you worry. For the moment, let us get our cutting machine. So there you go. That should be the quest. Come on. Thank you, thank you. And there are also a few other machines that we have to make. Let's see how far we can go. We also need to have a lathe. We don't really have to, but it's a quest, so why the hell not? I had 150 steel. Not much is left. That's it. So here is a lathe. Did you count? Good. After we get cursed earth. Also, I really want to knock out a bunch of quests, so this one is quartzite. I have been to the Nether and I did manage to find a vein. Yes, nether quartz, quartzite. What else? What the hell is barium? Ah, you're barite. Also, it wasn't a quartz vein, it was a Certus quartz vein. I was looking at the wrong one. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering why the hell am I carrying so many of these stupid flowers, it's because of the rainbow curry. We need to make 20 of them. And we need to submit it for the healing axe. I still need to find lavenders, which I have no idea how to find. There is a nature's compass. Ooh, refined glue. Oops. This happens more often than you think. None of these are very important. Let me gather as much Certus quartz as I can because I don't want to get back here. Ever. And just out of curiosity, what the hell does barite do? Oh, it gives you barite dust. It gives you barium. Superconductor. Okay. I have been almost like a vacuum. All of my backpacks are full. And if you take a look, you might notice that I almost cleaned up the place. Hello? You die too? Oops. He has a bow. And he has a brain. Anyways, I just wanted to mention that I have almost cleaned up the place and the entire reason that I can't really finish it are the backpacks. This one has 15 slots. If I manage to upgrade it, it's going to be 45. This is why we need the bees. But I guess I got most of it. We just go back home. And be very careful not to fall down. And take you. Also, if I do manage to find 3 more of these burning flowers, life is gonna be great. Cause then my only problem is going to be the lavender. Should we take you? We can't take you. Oh, we have found some. 2 more. Yeah, and it burns you. Oh, there's 1 more. I missed it. Oops. We're good. Actually, technically speaking, I'm going to need 1 more in order to taste the food myself. We used some cheaty ladders because I don't have that much. Uh-oh. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Why are they fighting? You know, it's nature. We just run away and don't care. You have a lovely party here. I'm finally back at the base. I have crafted 13 circuits because we're gonna use them all. The quest for quartz is complete. The quest for having Certus quartz is complete. Now we are going to make the emitter. I'm assuming in total we are going to need 8 brass rods. We get 1 emitter. That should be a quest. Come on. Thank you. Thank you. And the other one is called a sensor. There you go. Thank you. Oh, I made extra circuits. We only needed 4 more. Okay. So, hi. You might notice that we have a blood moon. And with the glasses it's actually kind of cool because you can see all the crazy mobs. I should try to put light outside so that we can see them. This place is incredibly loud. Let's go downstairs and talk. So the main reason that we made the emitter and the sensor is that now we should be able to do some auto mining using the basic miner. Because you know, it does require a sensor. And it's also not that expensive. So I guess there you go. Here is a miner. At this very moment, I don't really have any access to fuel, so we cannot use a combustion generator. Using steam is also not really possible. We can't make a long pipe. So the way that we're going to power it is going to be through a battery buffer. I don't have the batteries, but we can make the buffer. You need 1 chest. That is fine by me. Fireworks in a blood moon. Also, we're not going to have just the one. We're going to have a lot. But enough of technology for one day. Let us get into bees. Besides, the miner is going to need a ton of mining pipes and that requires steel. Oh, we don't even have it here. I was going to say that we are very low on steel. We only have this. So for the bees, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take this tropical hive. Be a good princess. You're a good princess. Also, for the quest to count, we need to make some untreated frame. So there you go. We did steal a bee house from a village, so I think that should count. You know, count. Do you want me to make it? I want to say it's not that bad, and it doesn't seem to be that bad. Wooden casing. We need to have a few honeycombs. I'm going to use this one. And that gives us a bee house. Do you count now? Yes. We did manage to find the tropical princess and the drone, and hopefully it does count. Yes. 370 silky comb. Are you crazy? Oh, this was an apiary. Is this like the garbage version of apiary? But these are tropical bees, so in this biome they should be able to function. We have 1 apiary here, and maybe another one over here. You guys go in and start making babies. There are going to be errors, I know. Why are you working? You're not supposed to work. Yeah, I can see the bees. And it's progressing. I thought it's going to need vines. Apparently it doesn't. Maybe grass counts. Also, let us get some frames, and we don't have 3 of anything. We get the untreated one. I think it helps a bit. Oh, and by the way, these guys are jerks. They give you poison. They just did. For 23 seconds. So now that we have some bee coins, we're going to get more hives. It's 1 every 20 minutes. Okay, it's not that bad. We shall break you and get more bees. Oh, you're garbage. We wait for another 20 minutes. Or we don't really want to genetically mutate them, so make babies. Yeah, this one also works. I don't know why. Or maybe it's the flower? No? I don't know. So if you know anything about bees, you would notice that an apiary is like 10 times better than a bee house. I'm not really going to start crafting them because we can easily get them from villagers. There's one in the desert. Yes, we found it. Oh, extra honeycombs. Nice. What are they looking for? Yes, we had another forestry hut and we got 2 more apiaries. That brings us to 8. Oh, crafter. That's not a good crafter, is it? Probably not. But it's a quest. Also, I don't really know. When are we going to get mutagen? Ah, never. This is how you're going to make an electric motor? So different frames. Oh, it's been 20 minutes. We can buy another hive. So I was going to say that different frames are going to have different attributes. The best one that we can make at this very moment is called the impregnated frame. You put it inside the apiary and it increases the productivity. And you say that you don't really want to do anything with technology, but yeah, it's not going to be easy. Also, creosote wood block. Oh, it needs a chemical bath. Okay, at least we know what we are going to do next episode. You're still garbage. Actually, I shouldn't say that because we're never ever going to get mutagen. You have been lazy. You have been productive. You're a good one. Work more. So out of the 370, we have 18. That's a good progress. And no, that was sarcasm. I am claiming the rewards. Gas tier is not going to be a problem. We are even going to have a gas farm. Blaze rods, I don't think are going to be a problem. We take the wart. Oh, they do give you 16 mining pipe as a reward. That's nice. Very considerate. Oh, stick reed. Thank you. Glowflower seeds. Nice. and a combustion generator. I thought just before we wrap up, we make some of the machines that we're going to need next episode. One of them is going to be a chemical reactor and the other one is going to be a chemical bath. And yes, it has been 20 minutes, so we get another hive. And I don't really know, you go in there. Oh, more combs. We're up to 22. So the chemical reactor, 2 conveyor modules, 1 stupid pump, and 1 chemical bath. That should be a quest, I think. Yes. Oh, it's just a loot bag. You're gonna make my day. Sword of the Cosmos. I don't really like Steve cards, so you go to hell. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.